What's going on, everyone? It's Updog here with you, and I'm finally getting around to doing my last section of DD8, the legendary and cosmic section for DD8. Apologize for the delays. I've had a lot of things going on in real life, and just this is going to be a long one, so buckle up. Because not only is this the section with the most nodes, but it's also the hardest section. So let's get into node number 1 here. So the team I chose was, as you can see here, Vol, Thanos Endgame, Old Man Logan, Skrull, and Mephisto. Now, I would probably, since I was kind of trying to get done as quick as possible, I would probably not recommend Vol. She does have some pretty good synergy with Thanos because they have the exposed, and then obviously Skrull has exposed as well. But I think you could probably take a better character in here, like maybe a Gore, or if you want to take another legendary, something like that. So I wouldn't necessarily recommend Vol for your first run, but I chose Vol because I was trying to get done as quick as possible. So I finished at rank 638. So yeah, I got done pretty quick considering some of my past Dark Dimensions. And let's see, let's talk about ISO here. So Old Man Logan could go 2 different ways for Dark Dimension. You can either make him a skirmisher and everybody else around him strikers, or you can make him a striker and give him enough vulnerables to take advantage of that. Because purple ISO is such in short demand right now, I chose to go with the ISO that I'm going to use with him most often, which is striker. So then I kind of based my ISO around that. So Skrull's a pretty good striker or raider. I went with raider. Thanos is a good raider. He does have the rewind on his ISO attack, Thanos does. So it's nice in Dark Dimension, but in Arena it's really not good to have striker Thanos because there's not going to be vulnerables right at the beginning of the match anyway, so if there's a gladiator. So that's why I kept him raider. Vol as a skirmisher because to help her land those exposed and the ability blocks. You're not really missing out on her damage too much by putting her a skirmisher. She still does, to me, it feels like equal damage. And then Mephisto is basically going to be a striker no matter what. So that's the breakdown for my team. Let's get into the node here. So we open up the match. We do the special pact from Mephisto. Get those exposed out there early. Now, just as a reminder that if you do hit an exposed, the Thanos will generate ability energy for anyone, like some random allies, who is not already full of energy. So that's going to be the main theme throughout this section, is just hitting those exposed, getting that energy. Vol's passive will kind of drain slowly the lowest health person with exposed as well. So there's Thanos' passive going off already. The one drawback to having Mephisto and Old Man Logan together is that Old Man Logan can't revive. So that is one thing that is unfortunate, but something you just have to kind of live with if you're running this comp. Now on the second run, I think I dropped Mephisto and put Odin in instead. That way Logan could revive, or even the revives from Vol too. Those will still work if you have Odin and not Mephisto. So basically on this wave, the main targets are going to be Kang and Daken. After that, I'd probably take out the pennies. It's been so long I don't remember if there are any other Spider Societies coming up, but Their pennies can be annoying anyway, so might as well take them out. Now, Gore drops here on the second wave, and so you want to take Gore out. Anytime you see Gore, you pretty much want to take him out as soon as possible. Get the exposed on him. Rewind that whole clump there. Now, when you have Vol's ult available, if anybody, or maybe one or two characters, let's say, are low health, I would go ahead and use it. But for right here, I'd go ahead and save it. I felt pretty confident in us surviving. I've got the Gore controlled, I've got the Kang stunned, Dawkins ability blocked, he's almost dead. I do have Mephisto ult, and I go ahead and use it. Do kill the Dakin and the Kang. Gore's still alive, though. He didn't like that he killed his friends. He did his passive attack. Some Sasquatch. Oh my gosh, Sasquatch in this node. There's so many of them. So you gotta be able to get around them, too. Oh, that's a leader. Okay. So another Gore drops in the next wave, so just keep controlling those Gores, stun them if you have to. Definitely try to ability block them. Getting exposed on him. We'll kill off that next penny, so for right now, we're just going to try and take out those Gores. Alright, so we got the Sasquatches out of there. We got the one of the Gores down. Got the last Gore to go. Then the next wave's going to drop. So I did a good job there of making sure they didn't use their big abilities. Had them ability blocked, stunned. And that's how we got this far. Next wave drops, we got 2 Spider Weavers, 2 Nightcrawlers, 2 Sasquatch. And that big time Spider-Man can hurt too. So, main targets are going to be those Weavers, number 1. You don't want their charges to go off, and you're just going to be stuck behind charges. That is not fun. So the Weavers, and then the Nightcrawlers would be the next priority targets after the Weavers. So I got the 2 Weavers out of there, and then a Gore and a Starbrand spawn in, and then I think another Sasquatch as well. So now the priority is going to be controlling that Gore. Try to stun him if you can, and then finish off those Nightcrawlers, and then go back to Gore. Is going to be the game plan there. You can kind of see here how it gets a little bit out of hand, even with just what is that, 5 enemies on the board there. My team's starting to fall apart, so that's why it's crucial to control that Gore. The Starbrands do a lot of damage as well. So if you can't control them, try to do that. So there, my Thanos just fell over. Just the last 2 members on my team left. Gore's going to do a big ult here. That kind of hurts. Ball's dead. Now we're going to have to go in for attack number 2, but we got a little over, more than half of that wave done in that one attack. So that was a pretty good attack. Okay, so attack number 2, here we go, and just basically control that Gore, and if you have any cooldowns that you need to build up, make sure you do that before the next wave drops, and we'll see what happens when that next wave drops. And while you're building up your cooldowns, make sure you make good use of the exposed mechanic, getting all that energy back with Thanos as well. Next wave, we got what? We got a Sasquatch. The Sasquatch and the Starbrands, sometimes a little bit hard to distinguish between the two. But we got Sasquatch, we got Ultimus Dakin, we got 2 Ultimus, and a Tiger and a Gore. Oh, 2 Tigers. So, it's the same kind of story, just different wave. Gore is going to be your main priority, then Dakin. Control those 2. Ultimus is going to hurt, probably, as well, but luckily he's kind of slow if you don't have a taunt on your side, so you can kind of rewind him and keep him in check while you're working on those other top priorities. So we got the gore down, we got the Docking down. We had an Archangel and a Starbrand and another Sasquatch sneak in here after that happened. So not too bad. We got 13 enemies left, so we're just kind of waiting for that next wave to drop. So it doesn't look like the next wave will drop until these Sasquatches are down here. So I was trying to evenly take out their health and had exposed on them, on both of them. So we were building up the energy again. This is the last 8 enemies on this wave. I had all my cooldowns built up, so I might as well use that scroll ult. We got some more Sasquatch. We have Starbrand. We got an Ultimus. We got a Dorm, and we got a Dockin. Now, luckily, Dorm doesn't really matter as much on this wave because I have a Mephisto, so they can't revive. So that's the good part of having Mephisto on your side, at least for this part of the wave. So top priorities are going to be Dockin and the Ultimus, and the Starbrand, like I said, they do a lot of damage, so unfortunately, just something you have to deal with, and you have to control them. And then the Dorm falls pretty quickly, so just make sure he doesn't do his special, and you should be fine. So we've got these 3 left for this node, and I lost a couple people along the way. Lost my Mephisto and my old man Logan, but just trying to build up our cooldowns for the characters we can, so we can get ready for the Node 2. Alright, so Node 2, opening wave here. We got Mephisto, got some Robbies, we've got a Hank, we got some Shuris. Looks pretty scary. So, main thing is to make sure, like I was saying, is have all your cooldowns ready, at least as much as you can. You want to try and take out that Mephisto as soon as possible. Now, it does make it a little inconvenient because Hardlight is there. You got to get around her before you can get to the Mephisto. But take out Mephisto, and then the Hank would be my next priority target for you. And then the Robbies. They get really annoying. They do a lot of damage. So probably they would be the number 3 priority, but keeping Hank alive is not a good idea. So do that, and you should be good on this wave. So as you can see here, we lost some members. Thanos just did his passive, so he wiped out some of the enemy. We were able to get that Hank out of there, the Robbies. Mephisto has just got a ton of health, so he takes a while to get through. So then the part of the next wave drops, it looks like, with Iron Patriot and Ares. The Iron Patriots can be annoying. Ares, I didn't really see him being too much of a problem, or don't remember it anyway. We'll see what he does here, just maybe will refresh my memory. So we lost Vol, and then the Iron Patriot swoops in there and gets an assist from the other one. I lose my Mephisto, so not an ideal way to end that wave. It'd be better to kill the Mephisto, obviously. But let's go see what happens in my second attack here. So I load in and decide to go with that basic act from Mephisto, kill him right off the bat, so he's not a problem. We get the rest of the wave that drops in. We got another Shuri. Another Shuri dropping in, another Robbie, and then we got a Captain Britain that comes in. So, definitely want to try and get rid of those Black Panthers. Robbie, now the Iron Patriots, they did their specials, which is kind of the important part. They will have their ults, which are stuns, so you want to try to prevent them from doing that. I guess the main targets here are going to be make sure the Shuris are dead, Robbie, and Captain Britain would be the main. Old Man Logan definitely carrying the weight here. Just got Ares left. Once he's down, then the next wave drops. Alright, so new wave. Got some Void Knights, Quicksilver, Red Hulk, Hardlight. The Void Knights and Dark Dimension are just horrible. So I like to take them out. I definitely want to try and control the Red Goblin too. And then try to stay away from Red Hulk as much as possible so you don't trigger him to do his ult. So yeah, just focus on the Hive Mind characters. Probably Red Goblin first, because there's going to be another Red Goblin, I believe, that comes in later. So you don't want both of them hanging around. So Red Goblin, Void Knights, the Quicksilvers can be a problem too. They're kind of a secondary problem though. And then Red Hulk. Make sure he doesn't ult. Alright, so we are getting close to the next wave. Oh, here comes some characters. Iron Patriot, Rogue, and Red Hulk. So you do want to control the Rogue. Make sure she doesn't special, because if she specials, then she will immediately ult. Well, not immediately, but very soon after that, she will ult. And that's just kind of devastating for your team. We got a Robbie out there too, so we got to kind of control him. But if you have the right abilities up and the right characters on your team, it's pretty easy to control this part of the wave here. My team is starting to fizzle out here a little bit, but I was pretty happy with the progress on this wave. Hey, we just drew that Iron Patriot ult. Always liked when that happens, to get one last big ability out of the way for the next attack. So we'll go in here for attack number 3, and hopefully we can finish this off. I can't remember. I think I did it in 3 attacks. So we'll find out. So just the 3 characters left on this wave. Should be able to just use minimal amount of abilities. Try to just use maybe a short cooldown ability or just your basics to get through this part of the wave, and then we'll spawn in the next set of characters. Alright, so we're going to finish off this Iron Patriot. And the next wave comes in. Like I said, more Red Goblins. We got 2 Captain Britons. We're going to go ahead and ult with Scroll. Always like to save that. We do have another Mephisto as well. So, top priority. Can you guess who it is? Yeah, that's right. It's going to be Mephisto, of course. And the Red Goblins. Red Goblins are going to be number 2. Because there's going to be more Hive Mind characters coming. You don't want them reviving. You don't want the Red Goblins reviving the other Hive Mind members. And after that's going to be Captain Britain. So quite a lot of work ahead of me here. So let's go see. I'll fast forward a little bit through this part because it does take quite a while. So I was able to kill a lot of people with the Old Man Logan ult right here. We just have the 2 Ares and then 2 Rogues and a Robbie drop in. So I just leave the Ares alone. They're really not a threat. Got to control those Rogues so that they don't taunt. And of course Robbie's a problem as well. A few attacks later, they drop in some more friends. We got 2 Red Hulks and another Robbie. So I think still the priority is going to be controlling those Rogues and the Robbies. Just kind of ignore everybody else. And don't let Red Hulks get their ults, basically. That's going to be the story of this node. How your success on this node is going to depend on how you handle those Red Hulks. So those Ares died from collateral damage. We got the Robbies out of there. We've just got a Rogue and a Red Hulk left. Waiting for the rest of their friends to show up here. I think we just have to kill them for the next wave to drop. Here we go. We got some Illuminati, Quicksilver, another Robbie, and 2 Hard Lights. So main targets are going to be Hank and Captain Britain. Shuri's kind of a secondary problem because she doesn't do too much until she can get to her ult. Her ult will hurt a lot. So Hank and Captain Britain, I think, are going to be the main targets here. You want to, of course, I want to try and control Robbie too, but he's kind of on that secondary tier after those 2. So it does look like we have them pretty well controlled, but they can overwhelm you quite a bit. So as you can see here, most of my team is dead now. We'll just have to go in with the 4th attack. And hopefully I'll be able to finish it off here. Like I said, I don't remember. It's been quite a while. It's actually been almost... No. It It's almost been like 6 weeks since I did this, so 5, 6 weeks, something like that. Alright, so here we go. Attack number 4. Basically, yeah, I wasn't able to kill anybody, so still the target priority is going to be the same. Only some of them have used their abilities, so that helps get through it. Alright, so we were able to get some of the wave down. We still got Captain Britain here. Still got a Shuri, but this special right here should finish off both of them. Well, there goes the Vol passive. That was nice. And so we're just kind of building up cooldowns, waiting for that next wave to drop. We lost Mephisto again. So at least Old Man Logan can revive now. That's nice. There we go. Got the hard light out of the way. And we got another Mephisto to deal with. And we've got more hard lights, more red goblins, more Robbies. So obviously, goes without saying, Mephisto is going to be your #1 target. And actually, this is the last of this node. So the red goblins do a lot of damage, but I think the Robbies are going to be more important to control. So they'll be kind of the second set of priority after Mephisto. And then after that, the rest of the node should just go pretty easy. So I'm losing my team. Gonna have to come in here with a 5th attack, but it is what it is. This is Dark Dimension. It's not supposed to be easy. So we'll go in there. Hopefully be able to finish it off with a full team and ready to go. Alright, so if you do end up being in this position that I am, you definitely want to try to use that basic pact on Mephisto. And if you run into a point where, like, see he right there, the enemy Mephisto went first, you want to try and, I would recommend resetting until your Mephisto goes first, because it is a coin toss. And so that way you're just a little bit more ahead of the game, because you'll get that safeguard out there and everything. I didn't, for this recording, I think I was able to one-shot it without that happening, because I think I was resetting, and I got tired of doing that. So I was just like, alright, well, we'll just play it through. Once you get Mephisto out of there, they start to drop a little bit easier, just because you're not having to focus on him. You can focus on the other priority targets. And we just have the 2 hard lights left here, and then we are on to the last node, getting ready to get Odin. So overall, that second Cosmic Legendary node is probably the hardest one out of that section there. So don't be discouraged if it takes you quite a few attacks. The last node for me, it took me only 3 hits. So I'll show you that here in a second. But yeah, the second one is not, the second node here is definitely a tough one as well. Alright, so third and final node of DD8. We're going to get Odin here after this. Oh boy, we've got APOC, we've got Annihilators, we've got Black Knights. I can't even tell who's in the back there next to APOC. But main targets are going to be that Black Knight. He's annoying. And then the APOC. After that's going to be Gore. Gore's usually our #1 target, but we can't afford that luxury because there's so many powerful characters on this node. But we're making quick work of them. Was able to get all my cooldowns built up at the end of that last node there. So 2 Thanos is kind of a pain to deal with. And then trying to get that APOC down before he ults. He's not an empowered APOC, I guess is what you could call him. He's not a big APOC. He uses a special first, so that helps us out. And getting it disrupted on him definitely helps a lot, so. Oh, we got some more characters dropping in. We got 2 gladiators, and I think there's 2 goblins. Yeah, there's 2 goblins in here, so we got to get around those gladiators. Those goblins hurt a lot especially when they do their ult. Now that passive there from Thanos was super clutch coming in because that got rid of the gladiator taunts and the safeguards. So now we can go in, and I would recommend stunning one of those goblins so you don't have 2 pumpkin bombs being thrown in your face. And also preventing one from ulting as well. Not just the pumpkin bombs, but the ult is super devastating. Alright, so we got rid of APOC, we've got rid of one of the goblins. The other goblin's almost dead. Now we got 2 weavers again popping in. So that's going to be towards the top of the priority list. But we also have a Black Knight that popped in as well. So, got to do something about him. Luckily, this Black Knight does not have charges. He doesn't retaliate, so kind of nice. We're going to try and kill one of these weavers here with the Mephisto special. And then a Old Man Logan ult coming in hot. So they do have, it's only 1 charge. Must be a different kit or something because normally it should be 3. So only having to get around 1 charge, that's kind of nice. I go ahead and target that Weaver. And then we tried the ability block on that whole clump there. Looks like it all landed there, so that was good. Goblin's dead. Perfect. So we got through the Weavers, we got through one of the Gladiators, we've just got one other Gladiator and a Black Knight left. This is where you save your cooldowns and get ready for the next wave. Alright, so Black Knight's down. New wave coming in. This is very important. When this wave comes in, that's why I said build up your cooldowns, because we got an Old Man Logan, everyone. And a bunch of Orcus members, and some Gores, and a Dakin. So, number 1 priority target is going to be that Logan. Now, you technically can ability block him, but he will just clear it off once he gets his turn. And then you can't stun him unless he's below 50% health. So, if you don't think you can kill him outright, right when he drops in, I would try to knock him down low and then try to stun him if you can. That would be probably the best play. So like I do here, I take Thanos, I stun him. He's not a problem now. Now I can kind of focus a little bit more on some of the other characters, like that Gore there. Gonna ult into him. Get some extra damage on that ISO attack. Dakin's almost dead too, that's good. You don't want him going crazy on you, because a lot of your characters will go into stealth because of Mephisto. Mephisto ult finishes off Dakin. Now we're just worried about the Gores and the Thanos until the next wave drops. Alright, so Logan's doing Logan things. Always nice to see, but he kills enough people that the next wave drops. And we got a Gladiator, Goblin, APOC again. 2 APOCs on this node so far. Don't think there's any more, but... The main targets are going to be obviously that APOC and the Goblin. And try to get around that Gladiator however you can. And as you can see here, the Sentinels get kind of out of hand as well, so try to take them out if you can with collateral damage, maybe? That's about the only advice I have. So slowly my team is dying. We're going to have to go in here with another attack. I think this is would be our second attack, so getting down to 18 out of 36 on the first attack is pretty good. Alright, so start of this next attack is about the same. We're just going to kind of fast forward till we get through these this APOC, the Goblin, and the Gladiator there. I'm not sure what triggered it, but another Goblin dropped in, so that's kind of scary, kind of sucks, but got to deal with that too. So basically the Goblins, APOC, get around that Gladiator, that's your main targets or priorities at this point. So we got those APOCs, the Green Goblins down, we just got the Sentinels left, and then the next wave is going to drop, which will be Odin will be in that wave. So you got to be ready with your abilities yet again. Alright, so here we go. Odin, the man himself, drop it in. Got a Gladiator, we got 2 Thanos, another Goblin. It's one heck of a last battle for Odin. The main goal is to try and get around that Gladiator, and then you gotta focus down Odin as soon as you can. You don't let him go. If he starts taking turns, he just destroys your whole team, so. It is nice to have your Thanos ult available at this point. I did not, so otherwise I would have been able to get around that Gladiator. But since I didn't, I had to go the hard way. Two Thanos passives just wipe you out. I was able to get my Thanos passive probably a little too late. So there you have it. Got beat on that last wave. So had to go in one last time to beat Odin and then unlock Odin. So Odin's got a little under half health, which is actually a very good situation for me. So if this doesn't happen to you, hey, you have a full health Odin, I still would do the basic Mephisto Pact on him. That way, at least half of his health is gone, and then you can hopefully focus him down before he takes another turn. So, that would be my advice. We have the 2 Thanos still. They're going to probably proc their passive again, just because it's another new attack into them. We still have Gore, we still have some Sentinels, so, but as you can probably tell, Odin's going to be the #1 target. Then I'd say probably Gore, and then the Thanos. But here we go, we're going to basic pact on Odin, kill him off. Now a big sigh of relief, but still have to do our work here and finish everything off, so control that Gore and kill those Thanoses. Alright, so we got Gore out of there. It's got a deal. Basically, just play it out. I could probably hit auto at this point, but I didn't really want something to go bad just like that. That passive from Thanos, that hurts a lot. And how fitting that Old Man Logan carries this team, that he would get one of the last kills anyway. I don't know, maybe he does get the last kill too. Let's see. Nope, not quite. Oh, there he goes. Yep, he did it. He had to have the last word. There we go. Congratulations, you now have Odin as well. So, hope this guide helped you out a lot. I love doing Dark Dimension. So I hope my guide is helpful for you. Make sure to like and subscribe and share with those people in your alliance who are still trying to get through. And until next time, make sure you spend those resources wisely. Have fun with Odin, and we will see you around.